Untapped, Miami. What's up, you guys? This is Untapped Miami. I am Mooney Holmes, and we have the beautiful mogul Bossi Bebe in my presence. How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fine. I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask you. Are you ready for them?
Yes.
Okay. Who is the woman behind the name? For people who do not know you, define who is Bossi Bebe.
Well, I'm 26 years old. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. Basically, I was a club promoter. I always did marketing. I always did promotions. So I kind of stepped out on faith, and I was like, you know what, let me try selling clothes, because I was always popular. I was always somebody that people would look at. So I said, okay, well, let me try to sell clothes and see, you know, if they'll like it. So that's how I started off, pretty much just promoting.
How was the starting process of Couture Connections? How did you build your empire?
Basically, how I started selling shoes. I started selling shoes with a friend. Her name was Tara Lynn. But she wasn't really interested in doing it. She just wanted us to make the money from it. And I'm like, okay, well, we have to go out there. We have to promote it. We have to go show people the shoes. We have to, because at that point we were doing it from our cars.
Yeah.
So shoes didn't work for me. I went to Orlando. I sold shoes in Orlando. I went to Tampa. I went to the different parts of Florida and just like sold the shoes that I had to get rid of them. And then I basically started clothing. Once I started clothing, I went to a friend of mine's, and she was basically one of the people that go to the clubs a lot and stuff like that. So I pretty much promoted my clothing through her. Mm-hmm. And people would come to my house. People would come pick their pieces. People would call me, and I would deliver it to them. So I was like, okay, well, this might work. So I basically went to a salon. I went to get my hair done, and we had a conversation, and she basically was like, okay, well, you know, why don't you just put clothes in here? I mean, like, the space is like maybe this big. Mm-hmm. So like I had a little corner, and customers couldn't really try on. They had to go to the bathroom to try on. Yeah. I did that for maybe 3 or 4 months, and space became available in the same plaza. Mm-hmm. So I talked to the rent office, and he gave me the space. So I went into the space, which would still be small, which is like the size of up here. Yeah. Maybe a little bit smaller. Wow. And from there, it was like a little corner, like maybe like if you walked up the stairs, you wouldn't even know I was there. Like you would literally have to know that I'm there from my advertising, from my Instagram, my Facebook, my promotions period. You would have to know. That's how you would know I was there. So that worked out because I got my customers to flow in, and it got too overwhelming. Like customers would have to stand outside. Wow. And wait to try on clothes, or I would have to have their kids stand outside. And I kind of said, you know what, I have to move into something bigger. So I stayed there for maybe 7 months. I stayed there for 7 months.
What year was this?
This was 2012, I'm sorry, 2012. 2013, I started riding around looking for spaces. I found this space. Once I found this space, still nobody knows about this space. If you call right now, you can't find it. I'm pretty sure it was hard for you to find it. If you don't know it's here, yeah, you won't find it. True. So still, it's just like I knew it was a blessing, because at the end of the day, everywhere that I went, it was like closed in. It was somewhere somebody's never been, or something like that. So I knew, you know what, let me try it. Maybe it's really something for me to do. But that's pretty much how we started, and then we got here, and I pretty much got the customer base from Instagram and from Facebook, and I reached out to a few celebrities, which we're still good friends now. One of the first people to wear clothing from us was Delicious, Emily, who's another one, Bambi. I think Bambi this was when Love and Hip Hop first started. Mm-hmm. She wore something. And it's another person, and I can't remember her name. But that's how we pretty much built our clientele, from from them because Instagram is different now.
Yeah.
What it used to be, it was much better. The market was a much better market. Everything was free because they were just getting clothing, so everything was free. Now everything they charge you for, they want $1,500, $1,100. Like they want a lot of money now to market. So for the person that's coming out now, it's harder for them.
Yeah.
But for me, it was easier because everything was free. Everything was free. All I had to do is send them something nice. They'll wear it, shop me out, and my followers will go up. My sales will go up. But that's pretty much how we started, and that's pretty much how it started to flow.
Okay. Well, I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
And I have a question. Like, when did you realize that, oh my God, the drive and my passion and my determination is actually paying off? Like, how did you feel at that moment?
It was overwhelming at first because, like I said, I moved into the little space, and to try to help the customers and then try to let customers go trying in the restroom is down the hall. So I have to trust that a customer is going down there to try on and not leaving.
Yeah.
So it's like every step that I took, it still was overwhelming. When I was inside of the little shop, it just was a headache. Then when I was inside of my own smaller shop, it was still a headache because I still had to have people wait outside. So it's like at that moment when I moved into the space on my own, that's when I was like, wow, it really worked.
Yeah. Like
people are really coming. Like without like it being a storefront, people are really coming. So at that point, I kind of knew that it will work and it will continue to work. This is Bossi Bebe from Couture Connections, and you're now tuned in to Untapped Miami.
Okay. Who is your success team with Couture Connections?
My success team, honestly, to be honest with you, it's hard to build a team. I've went through a lot of people. I've worked with a lot of people. I've had some of my best friends that we don't even talk anymore because they once worked here. Yeah. And once you try to put, like I didn't go to school for this. So this is something like every day I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out what goes where, who to put where. And people didn't understand that. Yeah. So I put certain people in place, and when I came with rules, it was, oh, well, why does it have to be this way now? Why does it have to be this way? But they have to understand, in order for me to grow, I have to change things up. I can't keep things the same. So my team right now is Josh. Josh is my assistant. He's been here for a year. My boyfriend, which is James, he's been here from the beginning. He was the one riding me around, making sure I got customers. If we were in the club and it was a nice looking girl, I'd say, hey, tell her you single. Yeah. We need to make this sale. So it was that's basically my team. Like I can't, and it's sad to say that, but I don't have a steady person that I can say has been with me from beginning to end, because Josh has been here a year. Couture Connections is almost 5 years in. Yeah. So it's like I don't really have a team of people, and if I had a team of people, I feel like we would be Forever 21 or all these different places that have multiple stores everywhere, because you have to have a team. You can't do everything by yourself, but it's hard to build that team when nobody wants to really see you go to a certain distance. So
you're a very strong woman.
Thank you.
I can see that. How do you keep going throughout all the trials and the tribulations that come with being a CEO and a founder of your own company? What makes you keep going? What makes you keep pushing to sell clothes to the women?
Because like I said, I've always been a marketer. I've always been a promoter. So I do what other people don't do. Other people, they don't do events. They don't do fashion shows. They don't go out. Like right now, what did we just do? Memorial weekend or something like that. We went and spent money on a hotel room just to advertise while we were there. A lot of people don't do that. Yeah. Classics, we did the same thing. A lot of people don't do that. So it's like, to me, I feel like that what sets me aside from people, because it's like they're always gonna see us. No matter where they go, they're always gonna see us. I go to every club. I go to, from the hood clubs to the bougie clubs. People don't do that. They just want to sell a dress to you. Like, I might see a customer out in a club, and the customer's like, oh my gosh, I got on your dress. Okay, let me take a picture of you in it right now and let me post it. A lot of people like that. A lot of people like to know who they're spending their money with, and like to know that you appreciate it. Because if you're the average person and I'm walking into a Gucci store and I'm spending $750, you might not never acknowledge me a day in your life again. But to walk in my store and you spend $35 from when you walk in to when you walk out, you're going to feel like you were welcome. And if I see you out somewhere and I can remember your face, you're still going to feel welcome. And that what kind of sets us aside from other people.
Okay. What projects are you currently working on besides Couture Connections, or is Couture Connections your only baby?
Right now, I want to do. The world doesn't see what we go through. The world doesn't see the small businesses. The world doesn't see the regular black women trying to make it work. And I feel like that's bad. Like, I've recorded Paris, has recorded me doing different things, and I want to put something together to kind of send it out to different networks to kind of show them that, listen, you don't have to always show a girl with her butt out, or show a girl that's fighting over a guy and for her to become successful, because now you have kids growing up, little girls growing up, and that's what they want to be. They don't want to be, if you ask an average kid in the street now what they want to be when they grow up, they can't tell you. Before, we had dreams, we had things we wanted to do. The average kid doesn't have that anymore because of what they see on social media, what they see on TV, what they see in movies. And I feel like we don't get that message out to them, and I feel like they should get that message. So I want to do that. That's one thing I want to do. Another thing I'm doing now is the workshops, because a lot of women don't have knowledge on opening businesses. And that's what I want to get out. A lot of people take that. I was just talking to Paris earlier about women. A person asked me, my seminar was $75 starting off. Then I moved it to $100. The $75 was the early bird. The $100, you have people that's just on TV that does workshops that charge you $400, and you walk out of there with nothing. Just to say, oh, I went to her such and such event because she has this many followers on Instagram, but you didn't get anything from it. But I'm a person that you've seen from the ground up, and you don't want to give $100 to get whatever you want to ask me. You can ask me whatever you need, you can get it. But you don't want to give me the $100 because I'm not the person that walks around with the Gucci shoes. I'm not the person that walks around with the Chanel bag. I'm an average person to you, so you feel like I'm on your level, which is fine. But honestly, if you go to school, you have to pay to go to school. So if you want my knowledge, you should be able to pay for my knowledge without a problem. So I'm working on the workshops. This will be my first one coming up April 3rd. Basically, it'll be small, it'll be intimate. I wanted to do something different because every time you do something, you always have to dress up, you always have to go get your hair done, your nails done, buy you an outfit, and I want it to be something where you come comfortable. You come in your pajamas, you don't have to come with makeup. You're coming to get knowledge, you're not coming for me, a fashion show. So, we're doing it in a comfortable, homey setting, and maybe 40 women. Just for us to get to know each other, just for us to network. What we don't do, we don't network. We don't talk to each other. We don't try to share our knowledge with each other. I don't have a problem with sharing my knowledge, but you have to understand it has to be a time and place for it. You can't expect to walk up to me in the mall and say, hey, how did you start your business? Hey, how did you do this? Hey, everything is a time and place. But I have a lot of things I want to do, but like I said, you can't really, nobody really wants to help you. So it's like you have to do everything on your own, and when you try to do everything on your own, it takes longer. It's a longer process. So I want to do the workshops. I'm also starting another business with sex toys. I'm also trying to help my assistant. He wants to do shade, so we're going to do that. So it's a couple of things that we have that we're working on, but the process is going to be longer because, like I said, it's not a team. It's just me, him, and my boyfriend.
Okay, that's a team.
Yeah.
Not the team you may not.
Yeah,
you
not the team. You know, when you usually see these people, they have like 10 people.
Yeah.
They have like 4 assistants.
But I have been the person who has been watching you since the very beginning, and I must say, like, when I say this interview is amazing, I really truly mean that.
Thank you.
Because I have been watching you and you've been doing your thing, and you're strong. You're a strong individual. Yeah. So we're gonna wrap it up, but just tell the people how can they get in contact with you, like where's your shop located, all your social media networks, your emails and stuff like that.
Couture Connections is located at 17090 Northwest 7th Avenue, Suite 108. We're in the building with Shell's gas station. That's why I said sometimes you can't find us. You can call the number 305-770-4448. We're open from Tuesday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. So we are open late. You can come by anytime, get your dresses for the club, get your swimwear for the beach. You know, we have something for everybody. So you can stop by. Our Instagram is Couture Connections with the K. We have Periscope. We try to have all social medias out right now that everybody has, because you have to stay active.
Yes, you do. I have one more question. Didn't you expand to Orlando recently?
Yes, we do have an Orlando store.
Okay.
We have an Orlando store. It's located 651 North John Young Parkway, Orlando, Florida, 32805.
Okay. Well, since this month is Women's History Month, and I just want to recognize you as a woman who will make history.
Thank you.
Because you are pushing and you are a mogul.
I hope so.
You will be.
I hope so.
You will be.
Like I said, it's harder to do things when you're not a person in the spotlight.
Yeah.
So it's always harder to push. It's always harder to get somebody to take you serious, because you're not a person that somebody has seen on a show or somebody has seen in different places. And it's just like, you have to somebody has to start from somewhere, so you have to give somebody a shot. Yeah. And most people don't look at it like that no more. So that's why I said times are changing, things are changing. And I mean, it's hard. It's hard because, like I said, I've been doing it for almost 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's like now you have girls that were on TV that get boutiques and they make millions of dollars in 6 months.
You're right.
And it took me 5 years. So like I said, it is a process. It does take time. But you got to keep trying and you got to keep pushing. You know, eventually somebody will see it and say, okay, well, I can invest in that, or I can help her out. It's some things I could do, and hopefully that'll come.
Yeah, I understand. Well, thank you for sitting down with Untapped Miami. I greatly appreciate this experience because you motivated me.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.